controversy in Thailand, right?
A controversy in Thailand?
Yeah, about a Russian guy was a Russian teacher staying in Thailand, and he said, "Stop calling white people Farang."
Farang?
Yeah, thing like that.
Oh, because it comes from franc?
Yeah, the originally from this.
Let's do it. Let's learn about Germany. We know a little bit, but I'm sure most of it we don't know. So
Let's get started.
let's get started. Go, it's loud.
Germany is mentioned so much in pop culture and politics that you might think is one of the countries you know the most about. But let's face it, 99% of that information is World War II beer and lederhosen. Unfortunately, since there's so much more to Deutschland, as the local populace calls it,
Guys, did you learn about World War II in high school and stuff like this?
Oh yeah, I know World War II exists.
When I was in high school, right? It's true. The only thing that we learned about, not only about Germany, but about Europe, it was World War II and a little bit then before that World War I. We didn't learn about Europe because I'm French Canadian. We didn't learn about Europe much except World War II.
Oh.
We learned like Frank Ferdinand, the assassination attempt, Russia, and things. And then we learned about the Cold War, but we learned about nothing about Europe. So when people sometimes they say, "Oh, you're clueless, guys."
What do you learn about your country?
We learn about the history because in Canada I'm French Canadian and from Quebec, and we speak French and we're surrounded by people that speak English, so we talk about our own history a lot. We don't talk a lot about Europe, like their own history, except if it's related to us French Canadian. So people keep saying like we are clueless, and I'm like, guys, do you learn about Thailand in Europe? Do you learn about Canada a lot? I don't think so. A lot of you probably don't even know that there's two like national language in Canada. There's English and French. So it's written in French everywhere if you go to Canada. So anyway, yes, that was my little rant. Okay.
here are the most important facts about Germany that you were missing. And in the spirit of the people inhabiting the country, we're going to do the
That's
explanation
Angela Merkel.
efficiently.
See, I'm not that. I hope it's her.
Germany is large, ranking 7th in Europe in terms of landmass at 386 kilometers squared. But even more so regarding the population, where it finds itself third on the continent with 83.2 million people, just edged by second place Turkey. Yet Germany is the most populous European country if you exclude the two continents spanning Turkey at 84 and Russia at 155 million people. There's a big drop-off after it on the old continent, with France and the UK having 67.8 and 67 million people respectively. Also,
around
it's
Thailand,
worth mentioning that
67,
our channel
not
doesn't
far.
have anywhere near 67 million subscribers. So to help us with this very realistic goal, you should hit that subscribe button below. On a world map, Germany is 63rd in size and 19th when looking at numbers of citizens. Located right in Central Europe, Germany has the second
Wow, 63 in size. Wait, did he heard it correctly? That's crazy.
subscribe button below. On a world map, Germany is 63rd in size and 19th when looking at numbers of citizens.
Wow, 63 biggest country in size, but like almost the top in Europe. Europe is small, we always knew that, but still, 63, I thought it was like top 30, I don't know.
Right in Central Europe, Germany has the second most borders of any country in Europe, after Russia, of course. Boasting 9 neighbors, sharing its longest border with the Czech Republic at 817 kilometers, and Austria as a close second at 801 kilometers.
Belgium,
Besides
Netherlands,
these two countries on the east and
Liechtenstein.
southeast, Germany also splits borders with Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Poland. We actually covered quite a few of these neighbors in our videos already, and you find those links down at the description. At its south end, Germany starts at the foothill of the Alps and stretches to the North Sea at its northwest, and the Baltic Sea to the northeast. Part of the latter is even called the German Riviera, as it's the vacation region of the country, with a rare...
Wait, what is those thing again? We saw this in another video, right? Those little... what is those thing again?
Where you can sit.
Oh yeah, we saw this. You have these things in Europe. It's so weird, no? In North America, you bring your chair and you bring your, how do you call the thing on top to block from the sun?
Umbrella?
Yeah, some kind of, but it's like an umbrella only for the beach. And then you have your chair and you have your bag and stuff. And there they have those little plays. I don't know. Do you like this? I think it's weird. It reminds me of a place you go to pee or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, look like.
Do you guys like this? It feels too almost like Japanese style. How rigid it is.
Even called the German Riviera, as it's the vacation region of the country, with a rare combination of old Gothic towns that also offers walks on sandy beaches. Although it might not look so on the map, but Germany has a coastline of 2,389 kilometers, which is actually more than Portugal, even though most of us associate this country with sunshine and blue horizons. Yet Germany had them beat up with the help of the indented coastline and quite a bit of small and not so small islands. Didn't we tell Germany has some surprises? Geographers still do like using Germany as a typical example of a common occurrences in typography, which is the study of the forms and features of land surfaces. As going from the coastline downwards, south that is, please forgive us elementary school geography teachers of our past, we know that south is south and not downwards. Okay. The territory depicts a common theme from across the earth. Beaches turn into green fields sporadically colored with lakes, rivers and swamps, which in turn after many kilometers on the Autobahn...
Wow, which city is this?
...by the scenic valleys decorated in turn
What
after
are they
many...
growing?
Wow. You know, when I look at this, I would think that it's the Netherlands. But maybe it's close to Netherlands. Because I expect Netherlands to be flat like this and have a like beautiful street like this. But, and this here, the highway is on top. It's high up, right?
Yeah.
kilometers on the Autobahn turn into hills separated by the scenic valleys decorated with creeks and rivers. These hills start rising until they start creating lush green highlands before culminating with the status of mountains.
Wow.
On an organizational
That's nice.
state level, Germany is a federal republic consisting of 16 states who hold a degree of sovereignty. Berlin, the capital and the largest city, and Hamburg, the second most populous city, are granted a status and are commonly known as city-states. Alongside the free Hanseatic city of Bremen, which sounds like something from Game of Thrones, as the least populous state basically
Berlin is
consists
small.
of two enclaves
That's
due to
bigger
its
than
history.
this.
While the largest and most well-known state is Bavaria, roughly the size of the
Bavaria.
Republic of Ireland at 70,552
Wow,
kilometers
this is big
square.
like Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people keep saying that Bavaria is not Germany. Because of their history and the way that they think there. And people say that about Berlin too, actually.
Oh.
It feels like the south, the east, the west, and the north are so different from each other that people like are thinking that it's almost four different countries.
Oh, it's
May-
normal.
I
Here
mean-
too.
In Thailand too, right?
Yeah.
Because in the north where we are, they speak Laotian, the dialect, and in South Thailand they are darker skin.
Yeah.
In Bangkok, it's like rich people. I don't know. So-
Yeah, different food, different like culture too.
Yet the agricultural economic powerhouse Bavaria in the southeast isn't the most populous federal state in Germany. That title goes to the North Rhine-Westphalia with
North.
17,922,570 people, which in terms
Wow,
of
and I've
proper
never
European
heard of this
countries
place.
would have put her
North
over the
Rhine.
western neighbors, the Netherlands, most densely populated country in the European Union, as we mentioned in our most successful video
Wow, it's
yet
as
on
big
the
as
North
Netherlands,
Holland.
just that one
But
place.
the German state to their east is even smaller in size, making it very compactly populated, seeing how 4 of Germany's 10 most populated
Wait,
cities
that
are
water,
located
right?
in this state. Cologne,
No, it's the Netherlands, no?
No, yeah, after the Netherlands is the water.
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah. Wait, what is he saying here?
seeing how 4 of Germany's 10 most populated cities are located in this state. Cologne,
Oh,
Düsseldorf,
4 of the 10 most populated are in these states. So that means that there's a lot of...
Dortmund and Essen, it's not hard to see why. While there are 6 federal states with no city larger than 280k, Berlin, the 5th most populous city in Europe and the capital of Germany, is primarily known as the culture center of the country and of the continent when it comes to electronic music and modern arts.
Wait, isn't this from Nina Hagen is from? And
Having a continental climate with cold, snowy
Did a
winters
rock
and hot
band?
summers, Germany also experiences quite a bit of overcast during the year, especially the northern area due to the effect of the Atlantic Ocean. The more south and the more east you go, the populace gets more sunshine per year. Yet, even in the eastern located Berlin, there are 139 rainfall days. Still, that didn't stop German tourists from having
Cold,
39
isn't
million
Cologne?
international arrivals
Cold.
in 2019, similar to the whole of seemingly much more popular UK. Well, the festivals like the Oktoberfest in Munich and the notoriety for greatest beer and sausages in the world do the
Bayern
heavy
Munich.
lifting. Yet Germany has a lot more to
München.
offer outside of its urban centers. Fairy tale-like castles across
Yeah.
the land, many big rivers like the
Fairy
Rhine,
tale.
Main, Danube and Elbe used for cruises, and the Alps boosting the country's highest
Hold
peaks.
on, what
and
the hell
Main,
was
Danube
this?
and Elbe used for cruises.
there are people there? No.
What is
okay.
this?
I don't know. I thought it was people there.
And the Alps.
It is, no?
I don't know.
I thought there was people there. The image is Cannot see well.
boosting the country's highest peaks with a Zugspitze, reigning supreme at 2,962 meters.
Wait, what's that?
After hiking or skiing in
The
these
peak.
areas, one could go for strong flavored German food, the Bratwurst, Sauerkraut, and many kinds of cheese.
Oh, we had this.
Germany now boasts a very distinct food offering, as some estimates suggest that 1 in every 10 German citizens comes originally from a foreign country, with Turks and Poles as the most represented ethnicities. Somewhat surprisingly, compared to UK and France, Germany is still quite a religious country, with 66% Christian population.
Oh,
split
really?
almost
Wow,
equally
really?
between the Catholics and the Protestants. 6.9% Muslims and 26.3% unaffiliated.
Is it
Yeah,
like
it
in
might not be so
Canada? Because I was Baptist, right? I had my communion and I had my confirmation. So technically, I guess I'm Christian, but I stopped going to church when I was young. My parent generation was the last generation that went to church every Sunday. My generation, the millennials, I'm 39, we don't really go to church every Sunday or thing like this. But a lot of us was baptized still and had our communion and our confirmation in 6th grade. So I don't know if being Christian means that you're practicing because I don't have a feeling that German are practicing a lot. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
true.
So
Strange, considering Germany is the birthplace of Protestantism, but also because it has been, for the longest time, the spiritual successor of the Roman Empire. But we need to back up quite a bit. Germanic tribes originating from the southern end of Scandinavia populated the lands we've been examining around 500 BC,
Germania.
eventually becoming a threat to the Roman Empire, with the
Germania?
legions attempting and failing conquering the dark forests of the Great Germany. Yet part of western and southern Germany did get included
Germania. It's from what is the name of the metal band from Germany? Rammstein?
Yeah.
Didn't they have a music video about that black goddess or something with their spears?
Yeah, they have a lot of things like
And
this.
and they were talking about that era or something. I don't remember. We reacted to it a long time
in
ago.
the vast Roman Empire.
Germania.
But the whole of Western Roman Empire fell to Germanic tribes by the end of the 6th century AD, following the great barbarian invasions and migrations, which resulted in
Boy.
Germanic tribes
Boy.
ending up pretty much
What is
everywhere
boy?
in Europe. Too many tribes to be listed in this
Boy.
introductory video, yet they are the reason why there are so many different words for the same
That's
country.
Denmark, or what
Unlike
is
for
that?
Italy, England, or Russia, who we all call similarly with the same root of the word. But the Scandinavians call Germany Tyskland, the English, well,
Tyskland.
Germany, and the French Allemagne. And most
Allemagne.
Eastern European nations
Yeah,
as a
French
variation
Allemagne.
of the word Nimsi, and the Dutch Deutschland. Franks, one of these groups of Germanic people, became the most powerful kingdom on the ashes of the Western Roman Empire. It's this domain that served as the basis for the Holy Roman Empire, a conglomeration of political entities,
okay,
states,
okay.
cities.
What?
that lasted for
What?
Oh, the word frank.
I have ADHD. What did you say about Frank? I have ADHD, guy. I cannot follow. If you guys speak fast, I have problem following. I was still thinking about Rammstein in my head when I was speaking.
No,
What did you
because there's a controversy in Thailand, right?
Controversy in Thailand?
Yeah, about a Russian guy was a Russian teacher staying in Thailand, and he said, "Stop calling white people Farang."
Farah?
Yeah, thing like that.
Oh, because it comes from France?
Yeah, the originally from this, but Thai
Oh.
people, the way that they speak, like even the captain, the word captain, they will say the old people they will say kapitan, thing like that. So
Oh.
it is make it change the tongue. Like,
Okay.
But that guy doesn't know anything. He think that we are racist because there's a video about a white guy called Thai people like ni hao, thing like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chinese, ni hao? Okay. Because in French, franc, it's like some kind of money, some kind of coin. A franc?
Yeah, some people thought it from
Yeah.
French, but it's not. The originally is from this word.
Oh,
the L
okay.
be used for cruises and the Al
Wait, I think
food.
I went in the
France,
past.
not be so strange. The spiritual success
Okay, let me try to follow this part again.
around 500 BC, eventually becoming a threat to the Roman Empire. Southern Germany did get included in the vast Roman Empire, but the whole of Western Roman Empire fell to Germanic tribes by the end of the 6th century AD, following the great barbarian invasions and migrations, which resulted in Germanic tribes ending up pretty much everywhere in Europe. Too many tribes to be listed in this introductory video, yet they are the reason why there are so many different words for the same country. Unlike for Italy, England, or Russia, who we all call similarly with the same root of the word. But the Scandinavians call Germany Tyskland, the English, well, Germany, and the French Allemagne. And
Okay,
most
okay,
Eastern
yeah.
European nations as a variation of the word Nimsi, and the Dutch Deutschland. Franks, one of these groups of Germanic people, became the most powerful
Franks.
kingdom on the ashes of the Western Roman Empire. It's this domain that served as the basis for the Holy Roman Empire, a conglomeration of political
Wait, so Thailand has been calling foreigner Farang for a long time then.
A long time,
Like-
over 700 years ago.
Okay, so it's because of this.
It was Faranki.
Falanki?
Yeah. But then the more the time gone right far, like the word it just cut thing like that.
Okay.
Because how it's spelled is like it had I.
Farang
At
is
the end, right?
F-R-A-N-C.
Yeah, the real word in Germany, I think it's Franki, something.
Oh, or maybe
I'm
you
not
guys,
sure,
you guys
yeah.
probably know. But yes, it's true. We are called Farang. What do you say in Thai, the Thai pronunciation?
Farang.
Like that. And it's apparently it's due to that. So, yeah, okay.
Entities, states, cities that lasted for nearly 1,000 years with varying borders, but usually holding most parts of what is today Germany. The loosely tied organization ended with Napoleonic Wars, yet those lit the nationalistic fervor across the states, leading eventually to the founding of the German Empire in 1871, having the country be so young and so old at the same time. The 20th century is what most people know Germany for, and losing 2 world wars in which it was the aggressor. After Second World War, the victorious Allies divided Germany into eastern and western parts, which were then again reunited in 1990 after the dissolution of Germany
Hold
into
on.
eastern and western parts.
French sector, American sector. Okay, it was like this. Soviet sector and British sector. Basically, the Berlin sector, the Soviet sector was the longest to stay like in conflict, because Berlin was separated in 2 sides, right?
Oh, so Berlin is even like they used to be country, right?
No, they weren't a country, but it was part of the USSR.
Yeah,
The
but
red
I mean
thing.
like they used to be a very big, high ego thing like that.
Well, there was a wall,
Yeah.
an eagle. You mean the symbol of the?
No, I mean the people. That's why they have the war like back then. The war back then like create each other from each other thing like that.
Yeah, I think it's because there was an influence from Russia, the communism, and then after the wall collapsed, people were free on the other side, I guess.
Which were then again reunited in 1990 after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Despite massive losses in the 20th century, Germany remains an industrial powerhouse of the world and a synonym for perfectly engineered, well, anything, but especially cars. One of the strongest economies of the world, Germany uses euro as its currency since 2002, and before the national money was called the Deutschmark. Its distinctive flag of black, red and gold, technically older than the country itself, and the anthem is called Deutschlandlied, the song of the Germans. In many ways, Germany is the country of extremes, from the plains to the Alps, from the free-flowing anti-German stereotype that is Berlin to the industrial lands in the West. Hopefully we convinced you that there is so much more to Germany than what is usually mentioned, and we didn't even get to mention Beethoven, Bach, Einstein, Martin Luther, Nietzsche, Karl Marx, Schumacher,
Done talking. Oh, I want to react to Netherlands Explain next, actually. Okay, yes.
In today's video,
Yes, part 2. Oh, Bavaria video. Yeah, very interesting. Apparently Thailand is connected to that. You call foreigners because of the European and the Germanic tribe. I know I thought it was more French, but it's more German, right?
Yeah, because French it really sounds like French, right?
Well, Frankie, maybe it's
Yeah.
the part of Germany that spoke French, like in the southeast, southwest, and in Normandy. I don't know. I'm confused, guys. But yeah, I don't know if you learned something from Suchi, but Suji Nwala, that was nice.
Yeah.
Nice video.
And a long history too.
Yeah. Please suggest us more.
Interesting.
Yeah. I will put something else German related here. Please click on it. Yes. And see you very soon.